Hello, the doc is in. Welcome back to another chapter of Black Clover. It has been a minute since I have covered this manga. Why? Well, I took a break, that's for one, from YouTube for a little bit. Then on my return, I was supposed to get back into Black Clover, but the past couple of chapters, I've not been in. Where I left off, I believe, was Asa was training with Ichika. I think Ichika and Asa had their fight, and then that's when the whole thing with the paladin showed up, right? By that point, I don't know. There's something about it. It just wasn't hitting. I was not feeling like reading Black Clover at that time, and you would think it would be interesting, but I think that Black Clover. What I've heard from other people and then me as well, Black Clover is pretty good on a binge. But on a chapter-to-chapter basis, it isn't as strong. Where it'll have some really good chapters that, like, you read it alone, you're like, damn, that slapped. But majority of the chapters, I mean, for me, I can definitely handle, like, week by week, I read the chapter, and I'm just like, oh, that's cool, right? But, like, the old dragon stuff, I really was not feeling it at all. Like, it was just boring. Just really, really boring. And it just felt like it was dragging, and I was like, there's so much more interesting stuff that I'd rather have, rather watch or read, maybe more specific, than this dragon stuff that's going on in Black Clover. Like Lucius versus interesting idea. I mean, considering what's going on in this chapter, I guess technically we had to have gone through the dragon stuff because there's literally apparently nothing else was going on anywhere else either. But I'm just like, man, there were so many more interesting things than to like watch them fight a dragon that we don't care about. And it's like, alright. But I mean, we did we learned the 10, which is good, and we kind of saved Sister Lily. But, we gotta defeat Lucius first before she's, like, really, really good. But, nonetheless, yeah, that's why I didn't read that. But I've been skimming all the chapters. So, basically, last couple of chapters basically go down as they're fighting everybody. The 7 Ryuzen and Asta were fighting the dragons. They're beating them, but they couldn't permanently kill them. Eventually, Asta learns how to, like, use the 10 properly. He's able to cut off the dragon's heads and not get them to revive. The 7 Ryuzen and him work together. They defeat the paladins. Boom. Training arc's over. Everybody's going home. Cool. This chapter, cutting away. Let's get into something a little bit more fiery. So, chapter starts off. Lucius. It's Judgment Day. Not impending doom. Doom today. Right? And he's like, we're taking our today's Judgment Day. Let's take the first step towards true world peace. And of course, true world peace needs a giant war first, because I mean, how could you not? Clover Kingdom, come in. We got 4 huge hitters standing on a house in front of the kingdom, being like, "We're ready." Bonjins, Yami, and Charlotte Rosalie, as Yuna explains. Everybody, all the citizens have been pushed well into the inner sanctums. Well, not the inner sanctums, but like the innermost center of the Clover Kingdom to keep them safe. And so all their forces are around the perimeter, obviously to defend. We have the Spade Kingdom and the Heart Kingdom on standby to help, but obviously they're not coming into Clover necessarily. They're not like physically there, but they're kind of like, I guess you could say, they're using I guess the best way I would think about it is like they're using like a telescope or like a live broadcast kind of thing, and like they're just sitting in wait in case they need to hop in. Like they're basically like the assists in this situation, but the Clover Kingdom is the first line of defense, right? And also points out that they did indeed intend to like skip the whole Judgment Day thing and just pull up on Lucius and throw hands with him right then and there, but they literally just couldn't find him. So that kind of explains the whole like, oh, we had this training arc and like no one was really doing anything in the background because they literally couldn't, like they don't know where Lucius is. So while he's preparing to do his Judgment Day thing, they're kind of like, well, the only thing we can really do is just prepare for him to like show up. It seems like that's the only time we're really going to get to see him. And so they do. Literally everybody's here from the Clover Kingdom. We see Crimson Lions, Silver Eagles, I think it's Gray Deer, and Purple Orcas. I think I hit all my stuff. I still got my Black Clover knowledge. But everybody's here, right? Everybody's there. And we have a little moment between Charlotte and Yami. They're talking a little, right? And Charlotte seems like she wants to say something, but she kind of holds out on it. And Yami basically, he seems like he kind of knows what's going on. He's like, oh, once we're done with this battle or whatever, we should like get a drink. And then he's like, well, actually, I don't know if you really like a drink. You probably don't drink. So maybe we could go get some tea. And like, I have something I want to say to you. And Charlotte blushes, but she doesn't like freak out like she usually does. She's just like, okay, you can do that. I'm like, oh, this is so nice. People are saying that these are death flags. Low-key they are, but this is Black Clover. They got a little bit of One Piece syndrome with the killing people thing. So I don't know. Now, if Yami dies, that is a killer. I mean, a killer death to have, all right? But it depends on him actually doing it. And I don't want to fake out. I swear to you, I can't deal with another fake out death where if Yami gets hit, right, it seems like he's down, Asa goes crazy, Charlotte gets all sad, boom, he comes back to life. I can't do it. Literally, I have to say Black Clover's trash, because it'd be like, come on, we've done enough fake out deaths. It's the final arc. If you're going to make it look like someone's gonna die, you better kill someone. I'm not gonna be feeling it. Either kill them or don't make them look like they're gonna die. Just let them be defeated and let that be that. Anyway, proceeding on, we get a little bit of Jack. He's looking at his blades. He's like, I can't wait to see him. I'm using my blade or whatever. Boom, Lucius shows up. Ray of Light comes in. He's like, hey everybody. And Yami and Charlotte, they're like, Lucius, and then some guy there. Looks like not. I got pump faked. I ain't even gonna lie. I got pump faked, and Jack got pump faked too. He's looking at him. He's like, oh, I've been looking for you, Nox. Where have you been at? And then speed blitz, wings, head thing, angel form. Who is this? Morgan, light magic. So he's not dead, it appears, or something of the sort. Basically, he's here. He's a paladin, and it's like, oh, well, alrighty then. So that's one returning character that's interesting. We got I can't even remember this guy's name actually, but the guy with the glasses who's blind, who does like the scientific experiments, who was doing it in the Diamond Kingdom or whatever. He's back. He has a paladin form. He has like a bunch of arms, which I guess kind of coincides with his ability, because the touching thing. So he's going against the Crimson Lions, it seems. He's directly about to fight them, which is going to be interesting for Golion and Marioliona. So that should be an interesting double team to see. Then we get the Silver Eagles, full team, right? Going against Aesir Silva. Again, how are you not dead? I'm one... like, the whole point is that you're supposed to have, like, died a long time ago. I guess... Well, probably... My guess, my theory, is that going down the line, we'll probably get, like, some lore, like, oh, if you're killed by a devil, or, like, maybe they weren't killed by the devil, but, like, captured, and so they went to hell, and so technically they're like, they're not dead, and so like Lucius did his thing with the paladin magic and yada, well, not paladin, but the paladin change and yada yada yada. But anyway, she's here, and she's basically like, oh, so we're gonna fight now. So it's them versus, so it's her versus the Silver Eagles, full team, Nozel and the two little weaklings, but who knows, maybe they'll do something. And then the last section of the chapter, we see holy light coming from above the clouds. Mind you, it was like a dark set of clouds above. Looked like it was gonna rain or something. Light shines in. Some kids, like an angel, and we look in the sky, covered in these flying bird-looking things, which we can only assume are just paladins. And last line of the chapter goes to Lucius. Now then, Let us grace this world with happiness. Oh boy, oh boy. See, this is what I was talking about. This is what we needed. This is hype. This is good. This is what I've been waiting for. Now, something interesting that I kind of forgot to mention. No black bulls show up in this chapter at all. We don't see one except for Yami. But Yami's the captain, so it's a little bit different. But we don't see any of the black bulls in this chapter, which is very interesting. My assumption is that the way this is going to kind of end up playing out is that the first line of defense, they're going to go head up. And then probably it's going to be like Paladins are kind of whooping. Then we'll get the Black Bulls coming in. They'll do their thing. Everybody will get a character moment. Then at some point during that, Simryuzen, Asa shows up, defeat the Paladins. Lucius comes in, beats everybody. Asa fights Lucius. Maybe Asa and Yuno fight Lucius. Oh, hell. Actually, let's go back a level. Lucius and Yuno go head up. Yuno loses. Asa shows up. Asa's fighting Lucius. Asa loses. Asa, Yuno double team Lucius. They win. Nice. I think that's kind of peak. If they do that, I'm all here for it. But I mean, obviously, that was like huge like number of. I mean, that's gotta be at least 30 chapters that I just skipped over. But I think that'd be a nice little setup. But I think this chapter does pretty good setup. It seems like Jack, captain of the praying mantises, dead. Well, not dead. Obviously, this is around everyone, the whole team setup. So he's probably gonna get like revived almost immediately. But it is interesting to have him just get washed like this as a startup. I mean, hey, you know, let's get a little dramatic here. The whole reviving of people who were previously considered like straight up dead, like well before the story even started, is interesting. Like I said, I have my theories on that, but assumably we're gonna get explanation of like how that works exactly. And perhaps something I just literally just thought about just now. Maybe these aren't even the real people, and maybe it's kind of like maybe from the devil's perspective, right? The ones who killed them. Maybe it's like they pick that person out from in their brain. Lucius did that, and then kind of like created them. Because obviously the whole thing with Lucius is that he's effectively able to create life and whatever. So that also could be an option for like why they're able to like, you know, exist, but also simultaneously be considered like super duper dead in the story. But outside of that, not really too much else to discuss. It's a really good chapter. I'm very happy with it, and hopefully the author continues this streak, and I don't need to take another break from this manga. That all being said, thank you for watching, and the doc is out. Peace.
Thank you for watching. Feel free to subscribe and watch the videos on the right. Other than that, the doc is out. Bye.